Model Rocket Tech Talk. Center of gravity, the point at where all the weight of the body seems to be concentrated, also referred to as the balancing point of the body. There is as much weight ahead of the center of gravity as there is behind it. The body will rotate around this point. Center of pressure, the point at where all the air pressure forces acting on the body seem to be concentrated, also referred to as total normal force. There is as much air pressure forces ahead of the center of pressure as there is behind it. The position of this point in relation to the center of gravity determines the stability of the body. Normal force. This is the mathematical term for the amount of force being applied to the center of pressure at various instances during a body's movement through the atmosphere. Now let's see how all these forces act together. First, we have the fuselage. The purpose of the fuselage is to house the engine and all the recovery devices that may be necessary for safe operation of the rocket. Next is the nose cone. This is designed to direct the airflow around the fuselage and all its internal components. They can come in various shapes and sizes, and each one affects the center of pressure of the rocket. Then we have the fins. This important and integral part of the rocket helps maintain directional flight through the atmosphere. The size, shape, number, and location of the fins all will determine the position of the center of pressure on a model rocket. The center of gravity is the pivotal point of the rocket. Its placement is determined by all the objects that are placed into the rocket. This includes the parachute, the wadding, the engine, the fins, the fuselage, any payload, and the nose cone. The weight and position of each object determines where the center of gravity will be. The rocket will rotate upon this axis on all three axes during flight. The center of pressure is determined by the outer dimensions and placements of components outside the rocket and in the airflow. This is a fixed point that can be determined by mathematics. It is the so-called effort that controls the rocket's rotation about its center of gravity. Behind the center of gravity in relation to forward direction is stable. In front of the center of gravity or on it is considered unstable. Now let's see how all these forces act together. Upon engine ignition, the rocket begins to rapidly move through the air. At some point during the flight, a disturbance may occur. This forces the rocket to deviate away from its intended path. When this happens, normal forces build up at the center of pressure and pushes the rocket at that point away from the direction of the airflow. This exaggerated animation shows how a stable rocket will oscillate until the effects of that disturbance is neutralized and the rocket continues on its intended path. This concludes this short infographic. Thank you for watching, and may you enjoy your future rocket.